Okay, Cole, check this out. I'm going to show you important thing about tuning a guitar, and that is that as you tighten the strings to make them come up to pitch, it puts tension, and that neck's going to bend like this. And when you go to tune them, you could start here. When you end up here, because those strings come back, it's going to loosen this string. And then each one of these that are behind it, and you go through, it's going to loosen them. So what you should do is when you tune a guitar, you got to go through this process 3 times. Now let me show you. Okay, this string is tuned to pitch. These other ones are all loose though, see? They're sloppy loose. Sloppy. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and tune this one to pitch. What's going to happen is as it tightens, it's going to pull that neck, and this one's going to go low on the sound. So let's see, no, it's calling out a 7B. We're looking for a 2A. The number on this side says 6E for this string, 5A, 4D, 3G, 2B, 1E, right? So when it reads out over here, the 5th string, then I know I'm in the right area. Okay, right now it says 6E, and as a matter of fact, if I bring it up here like this, now it's the same sound as this 6th string here. It's low E. So, see, what I need to do is bring it up more to the A. There it comes, okay? Okay, and now again, even if it was off a little bit, I'm going to continue on, because when I come back through, it's going to pull the neck every time I turn one of these strings, and that's going to loosen it up. So getting it perfect right now doesn't make a big deal. Just get it tight, get some pressure on it. This is my 4th. It's going to be a D. Okay, see, that's a 7B. I don't know where that tuning comes from. That's a 7th string of some instrument, but now we're on 4D, low, flat, right? We're heading towards being 4D, and we're now 4D. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. On the 3rd cycle through, it's going to be so slight apart, the difference, that it ain't going to matter. We should be on 3G right now. That's E. What comes after E? F, G, right? See? Now it just turned to 3 and a G. So we're flat of a 3G, tuning up the G string. Okay? Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the B string, number 2. That's an A. Now I have to assume the B is going to be right above it. There it is. 2nd string B. So now I'm going to slow down right here, and it doesn't matter. I can let go right now because I know I have to go through this 3 times. Remember? Okay, so there's our high E, the 1st string. And when you get this one, be careful, because it's the smallest string, and the more you play with it like I have, it's probably going to snap. So we're going to do this really slow. Okay, so that's 4D. I got to go to 1E, and I'm sure that E is going to be above that D, so I'm going to keep turning it up. Hear it? I pop so many strings right in this area. It's like, and you're, oh, darn. You'll learn. When you start tuning them, you go, oh! You should just go buy a bunch of extra E strings. Have them hanging around. I do, actually. I got like 5 of them over there right now. There you go. Okay, so now we're going to go through it again the 2nd time. And the idea is each time, each one of these strings has to work its tension in unison with the other ones, so they all become the same pressure across the neck, and then this problem disappears, and then the next way and tune to play. It's very nice like that. So let's do this again, another cycle. Okay, and that's what I got to show you now is that I got to prove to you. Remember that string that was the low E? It was perfect when I started, remember? But I told you it would go low too, because as we pulled on those strings, got them in tune, it pulled that neck and it loosened this one up. And that's what we could expect, right? You follow? I'm sure you do. So, we're going to go ahead and bring this one up to pitch again for the second time. And remember, we're going to do this 3 times. And it's overshot that little bit. You know what? I'm not going to waste time to make it perfect because a third time's coming around, right? And that A though, okay, nailed it. There's the 4D, and even if we go a little bit, it's going to be okay because as I tighten these, it's going to loosen that one. But we don't want to do those like that a lot. Okay, look, nailed that one. And even if I left this one low, oh look at that, it's nice, huh? Just a little bit low, that's it. Okay, and then there's our high E, our first one. Go ahead and bring that right into pitch. I thought I'd go a little tight. Okay, right there. Yeah. And now come back over to the C. Now see, this is the 3rd time around, and normally it's off just such a little bit, and this time this E is held. It's almost like I don't have to touch it. I might even want to let some pressure off. Okay, and what you see right now for a variance, no human ear can hear it. Okay, so it's good. If you really want to play with it and make sure that needles stayed absolutely centered, what you're going to need to do is make sure your strings are brand new and were set one time. The problem with this string right now is that it's been played with so many times trying to get this guitar in adjustment that it's weak up here, and it's letting it loose, so it doesn't want to stay in one area. Because normally when the string is new, it's very easy to make it go ting right where you want it. Right now I'm having to fight it more than I usually should have to. And that's because I've been trying to play with this guitar to make it a better instrument. And that's what I do. It's fun. And I'm showing you. So we're going through this cycle to tune this thing up the 2nd time around. 3rd time around, right? So we're good with that one. That one's a little low. Oh, I'm sorry, that one's a little high. It's because I'm looking at it upside down. I actually had to stop and look at the symbol. Okay, and then the G string, it's good, huh? And the B string, it's low. I mean, I could play with it, but it really doesn't matter to the ear right there at that point. And after you play it and you stretch the strings, that's going to fall out of tune that much easily. Okay, now the high E. And I left it high the last time, remember? And it is just a little bit high. And you know, I'm going to leave it like that because, like I said, as you come down here and you start playing it, you want to just... Oh, see what I was saying? I knew I weakened it so much. So, okay. There you go. You learned about the E string. And I actually got you through everything you need to know about how to make that neck play with the tuning of the guitar too. So, I'll try to show you something different on the next one. Have a good